Back to School Sunday. Back to School Sunday starts tomorrow morning. It's a full day at Antelope Christian Center, and I just stopped by to pick up a few things. My message tomorrow is dream driven. And as we pray for our students, anoint them with oil, bring a message of hope, faith, and encouragement to each one of our young people. We'll be honoring our Hope Hikers and recognizing our VBS volunteers where many children gave their hearts to the Lord. I'll be speaking about dream driven. This morning, as I was out on my morning prayer walk, I was reflecting on the message. It's a powerful message. Do you know great leaders share one thing in common? They all have great dreams. The way I wrote it in my prayer journal, great leaders actually have impossible dreams. Tomorrow is Sunday. It is August the 28th. That's quite significant because Martin Luther King Jr. stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial on August 28th. Did you know that? Most people will forget it. But in 1963, on this date, he stirred the nations with the words, "I have a dream." My message is dream driven. Martin Luther King would change a nation, but it happened because he was a man that was driven with a dream. I consider Mother Teresa, an Albanian Roman Catholic nun. She had a dream in her young heart when she felt called and destined by God to fulfill her dream. Her dream was wholehearted free services to the poorest of the poor in our world. Her life and legacy literally changed the heart of the world. And what about President John F. Kennedy? Boldly, he announced to the nation his goal to put a man on the moon within a decade. Now, this is what he said. He said, if we're going to achieve this goal, it's going to cost more than you can imagine. It's going to be so difficult. His dream and his challenge was, we're not doing this because it's easy. We're doing it because it is hard. Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, President Barack Obama. Historians are all going to record these world changers as people that were driven by dreams. I challenge our young people when I take out my friends that are young and they're hope hikers, we call them. I challenge each and every one of them that godly leaders are also driven by their dreams. Godly leaders are driven by heaven's dreams. You remember in the book of Genesis chapter 37, a young boy named Joseph. He was only 17 years of age, and God gave him a dream. Like Kennedy had said so many years ago, it's not something that comes easy, but it does require that we face the hardship of our dreams. And nothing underscores that challenge than the life of Joseph. His brothers hated him. His fathers doubted him. He was falsely accused down in Egypt and thrown into prison. Nothing in his life appeared easy. But God kept the dream real within his heart. And the rest is history in the Bible. Joseph, driven by a dream. And what about when we come to the New Testament and we read the story of the Nativity? It begins in Matthew chapter 1 by another young man, and his name is Joseph. Joseph discovers the bride-to-be is with child. He was ready to call off the wedding when God gave him a dream. Said, don't be afraid, but wed young Mary. He did, driven by his dream. and he would become the stepfather of the Christ child, driven by a dream. Paul the Apostle was on his second world missionary journey. He and Silas were so successful in Asia Minor. People were giving their hearts to Christ. He was building churches. And one night, he had a dream to go to Macedonia. You find it in the book of Acts, chapter 16. They sailed across the Aegean Sea, landed on the shore of Neapolis, made it to Philippi. Nothing came easy. When you have a dream, it doesn't mean that life is easy, but you are driven by that dream from heaven. In Philippi, he is beaten, arrested, and thrown in prison. His journey from Philippi all the way down to Corinth was not easy. But did you know nearly half of the New Testament, obviously written by the Apostle Paul, but more importantly this morning, was written to churches that he would birth in Greece? What about you? Has God given you a dream? Don't let the doubters in your life rob you of what God gave you as a child. Don't let the haters in this world rob you. If Joseph would have done that, he would have never become the great leader down in Egypt. If young Joseph in the New Testament had done that, oh, the story of Mary and the Christ child would be completely different. If Paul was not acceptant of the challenges, regardless of the haters and the doubters, no, God has a dream for you, and it's heaven's dream. Are you dream driven? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to share with our young people, specifically our Hope Hikers, 6 steps of achieving God's dream in your life. 6 specific things you can do to accelerate that journey to ascend to the dream from heaven that God has for you. Oh, I pray that you are dream driven. Don't ever give up on what God has put within your heart. Remember, nothing is impossible with God. You be blessed on this glorious morning. I'll see you Sunday.